Good evening, everybody. Today is February the 4th, 2014. How many of you remember Karen Carpenter, or the music group, The Carpenters? They were a brother and sister singing group from 1969 to 1983. If you do remember them, then you'll know that Karen Carpenter died of anorexia. She died, as a matter of fact, 31 years ago today. So rest in peace, Karen Carpenter. You can look her up on YouTube, some of her videos where she had done interviews and stuff with. She never admitted to her problems. She constantly denied it. They would ask her about it in some interviews. In one interview in particular that I watched on YouTube, she was sitting there with her brother, and they had asked her about the rumors of her anorexia, and she was like, no. And she kind of gave that look like, and then she looked at her brother like, why the hell are they asking me this? But she was skeletal thin at that time, and her brother was very concerned about her. They tried to get her to get help, but that didn't work. I remember exactly what I was doing when I heard about Karen Carpenter. I remember I was at home. I was dating my ex-husband now. We were dating at the time, and he had came by my apartment that evening. Him and his best friend, I don't remember what they were doing there, but they had stopped by for something. And I was getting ready to put the kids to bed, and they were getting ready to leave, and I had the TV on, and it came on, with breaking news that Karen Carpenter had passed away. And I remember just being just as shocked as I could be. She had become so thin that her brother says that she could barely stand up on the stage. That's how ill she was, and they begged her to get help, but, she just didn't want to get help. That must be so scary, anorexia and bulimia, for that matter. Bulimia, of course, is where somebody, just binges and then purges. And, I guess unless you've ever been there, you really don't understand it. I can't understand it. But anyway, some of the Carpenters' songs. What was your favorite Carpenters song? Now, I was not a real big fan of their music. I got to admit, I wouldn't run out and buy their albums because their music just was not really to my taste. However, I did have one record of theirs that I did go out and buy, and that was This Masquerade. And I loved that song, and I played that song over and over and over. It was my favorite Carpenter song. Carpenter sang Yesterday Once More, We've Only Just Begun, Top of the World, Close to You, and like I said, my favorite was This Masquerade. Karen Carpenter, I don't think she looked good with her bangs, but that's just me. I think she looked better without the bangs. But, bangs were the thing back then, so, Karen Carpenter, if she were alive today, she would be 64 years old. She would be 64 years old. She's got a birthday coming up on March the 2nd. Now, I didn't know she was married. She'd only been married 3 years. She was married to Thomas James Burris. And, of course, her brother was Richard Carpenter. I wonder what their career would have been like if she hadn't died so young. I wonder if they would have gone on. Back when the Carpenters were big was back when Captain and Tennille was also big, too. And I remember sometimes I would kind of get them mixed up a little bit. I think Captain and Tennille were husband and wife. Carpenters were brother and sister. But anyway, do you remember the Carpenters? Were you a fan of the Carpenters? And what was your favorite Carpenters song? And until next time, bye-bye.